All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back in here with another Draw with the Duck. It's funny. I've been going through like editing everything and stuff, and I realized that very first episode I called it Draw with Sofa. Yeah, we're not calling it that anymore. It's Draw with the Duck. So, I guess to catch everybody up real quick, we did all these random points as beginner sketches, just stuff for us to get past that whole aspect of, oh, I don't know what I want to do. And now we have completely repurposed it all and we are combining it into a full piece. So we're having a good bit of fun with this. We're just kind of going wild and off the rails. I think that's the best way to not have any crazy expectations. I think I want this dark. I want that dark color. And yeah, to fast forward through this real quick, we did a lip study, then we did an eye study, a nose study, and then we decided to combine these together and go ahead and do a hand study. Let's see. What else do I want to mention about this? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about. Let's just get in here. All right, so we are, that's a good brush to operate with for now. We're going to dust in some of this color. Oh, actually, I guess to explain to everyone where we are right now. So, failure. I'm so glad I opened that because I would have ended up in that usual artist trap. Draw on the wrong layer. Like, yeah, no, I definitely almost did that. So, yeah, like I said, we are here. We're basically, so we had a nice little layer where we sketched out the shape of the chin and the cheek. And so we're going to go ahead and dust those colors in real quick. We're just going to throw those colors at them continuously. Do we have a reference for this? That's the real question. We'll cut real quick. Y'all don't need to see all my references like that. we're gonna hide all the reference photos. Some of them, yeah, I'm not gatekeeping references. It's just, some of these pictures, like, it's not just my references, it's like my peoples. And y'all don't need to see my peoples like that. Some of my peoples don't want to be on camera. Is what it is. Let's use this photo of Camila Cabello, actually. Cause Camila Cabello is pretty. And we're kind of in this same color range almost anyway, so maybe we'll do a little study of her one day. Alright, so let's go ahead and dust these colors in real quick. And keep in mind, like, we're not being all perfect with a bunch of this, right? We're not being like the best in the world, but look at how, like, dusting these colors in the right way. So look at what I did. Just to explain, you see this light around the edge of the lips? So part of that is partially there on purpose. I'm going to color it in more as we go along. But like the highlights that we did on the lips, you were here last time, you saw that. They're there on purpose. So it's not like I can really do too much to them. But around the edge, I kept the pen light, or the pencil, whatever. I kept my brush light. I didn't lean in so heavily like I did here. This I went a little harder up here than I wanted to, but these are higher planes, so I want them to be a little bit more reflective. Speaking of which, we're just gonna... We didn't have to do that. We'll just repaint it. It's fine. I wanted that to be a little lighter too, but I was just kind of moving. I was going. Anyway, let's get into this. So we're actually going to color this part in too. Because why not? It's part of the face, and we'll darken it. We'll darken it in here. I'm sorry, Sam. We're going to run away from our responsibilities here. He'd be so disappointed, wouldn't he? Either way, it doesn't matter. You know, we don't have a choice. So we are. Let's see. She's got a little bit, a nice little hint of red in there, and I like that. I might make this individual. Right now, this individual is definitely leaning more masculine. I might make them feminine. Or maybe we'll do both. Who knows? Because really, to make them more feminine, all we would do is tuck in the chin a little bit and then soften the bottom like corner of the chin right here. Not chin, but like cheek. Bottom corner of the cheek. That's how I would soften it a little bit. And then, I don't know. There's certain qualities that we could soften to make this individual seem more feminine. Honestly, I would have wanted a button nose if we were doing feminine. I mean, it's not like a definite, you know, it's not like all women have button nose, or all feminine presenting individuals have button nose. No, it's just I like button noses. There's a reason for that. Anyway, look. So we're gonna paint in our colors well here. I think this is fine. We're going to brighten this up, go back to our original, and then brighten it up. It's not that crazy. Like, I just want to, because like the thing about this is that most of the stuff that we need is already here. We're gonna get into blending territory pretty quickly. I'm thinking about like how a light source would be reflecting off this a little bit. And realistically, this would not be here if a light source was, you know, like if the hand is here, it'd be blocking this. So all my light sources, because I use these studies without context, are messed up. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is when I wanna start dialing in on things, I'm gonna start changing aspects of what we have here. And that's the beauty of this. You can always change something. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've seen people, even in traditional art, I would say as a traditional artist, you are king of this space because it takes a lot of like confidence, a lot of just, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? It takes a lot of inner strength to take your art piece and be like, you know what? Actually, I want it to be like this now. Ooh, why does that color look so nice? Hold on. But this is essentially what it is, though. It's probably because it's under that. That makes so much sense. Ooh, I might do that. I might mess around with it. Ooh. Anyway, yeah. So, it takes a lot of self-confidence and a lot of, like, you know, a lot of trust in your own abilities to straight up take your piece and be like, nah, you're gonna be different now, and then change the whole thing, completely change it. As a traditional artist, crazy. It's, you know, it's pretty important for all of us to be able to do that. But, you know, as a traditional artist, there is no backspace, there is no undo. They're doing this. Like I said before, they are, you know, really like, they're playing this on hard mode, man. Okay, so we're gonna start putting in some more of these shadows. We're gonna dip this in here. I still want a little bit of light there, just a little bit, but not too much. Because we're gonna color over this and paint over it anyway. I like the light. I like this being bright right here. Just a little. What? Whoa! What the hell just happened? Why is this always trying to assassinate me? Ruin my art. Okay, so Yeah, I like a little bit here, but we're gonna darken it where we can, where we think we need to. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of blending across that to get that all looking right. We are gonna give you some cheekbone here, some good cheekbone action. Let's dial back a little bit. Once we put all of these together, blending them all to each other is actually going to be pretty interesting. I don't even want to blend this stuff yet, you know what I mean? So let's look at some colors that she's got in her face. I see a little tinge of like blue. I see some blues in there. And if that's what we're missing, then let's do that. Don't ask me why I have a random picture of Camila Cabello. Like, everybody knows. Everybody that's seen the other videos. The rest of y'all are probably like, yo, like, are you fan? Are you fan ducking? What you doing? Why you got random pictures of Camila on your fucking... Yo, relax. Yeah, no, this is just a leftover from when I was doing... I literally actually got this picture specifically for the video about, what was that, tension? I think we're gonna stay on the end of masculinity here. Keep in mind these colors are going under the eye because this layer is down here. See, that's the huge difference between this and this. I'm using this for like certain colors that I want to capture in the non-lit sections, but like we're definitely getting some kind of light. Okay, it's fine. We're definitely getting some kind of light coming from this way rather than from over here, because like light sources over here for her. Yeah, there we go. Light sources over here from her. But I like everything that's in shadow. I need those colors for anything that's not directly getting hit by light. And this is fun because I get to talk to you guys about the ugly phase now. So for me, I'm just coloring right now. But like, this is where the ugly phase takes full effect. So to me, I can see a bunch of this stuff coming to fruition. But I am still somewhat fearful. You know? Coloring is where everything gets in the ugly phase for me, because like it's not the beginning of coloring, but it's like after you get in the middle of it. I'm sitting in my ugly phase right now because everything is just everywhere. And when I start blending and defining, that's when I start to feel much more confident and much more accomplished with everything that I've gotten taken care of. Actually, here's what we're gonna do, right? So that's crazy. They starting to look like they got a little bit more melanin. Oh. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I need to take ownership of this. So here's what we're going to do. We're merging down. We're doing it. We're merging down, and we're owning this piece. What I would normally do out of fear is I would create a duplicate, and I'd be like, okay, it'll be fine now. If I mess it up, then everything will be perfectly fine. Now, in hindsight to doing that all the time, I never actually need to, because I never have to refer back to, oh man, where's the point where I messed it up? This is not that serious. We're gonna just do it. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna start blending. I left the hand though, because like there's a very clear differentiation I'm trying to mess around with on that. But yeah. We're only blending what's necessary, because we still kind of want some of those brush strokes that we had before. I feel better about this now, especially taking away all the highlights and stuff on this side. And so now I can start to define this a little bit more. I can give a little bit more shape to it. Okay, so in my mind, I'm past a big portion of like possible ugly phase. I get to start defining. What in the hell? Bro, look at the way that this freaking brush wants to sabotage me. I don't understand. Why does it happen so much? I guess it's like reading some of my operational things. Like maybe it's reading something that I do as a tap on this, because if you guys weren't aware, you double tap that, it switches brushes. A lot of people see, these are those little things. Like I use that one. I don't use the double tap undo thing often or ever. I think I have to consciously decide to do that. I'd rather just reach over and tap it myself over here. I don't know. But yeah, this little double tap changes the brush up here. And see, I'm coloring more. So, yes, I do feel like I'm getting like deeper and deeper into a new ugly phase. It happens every time I color something, until it looks like it has the texture that I want. It is some type of ugly phase for me. Yeah, no, I'm starting to feel pretty good about this. The only thing that is left to make me feel more good about it is the cleanup here. And actually defining certain things. Actually, yeah, let's get in here. Let's just cook for a second. Hold on. son of a bitch. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. That happens so much. Yeah, we're doing cleanup. So we're gonna clean it up just so it looks nice. So shit. I know y'all will realize Sofa's got a potty mouth. He was saying all the bad words. I definitely do not mark family friendly on this channel. But I mean, like, you know, make sure your kids, if your kids are into art, if you have them, make sure they're getting the golden messages from these. Please. Those are at least family friendly messages. Jesus. Why? Lord help. Okay. This is why I don't tap and do that undo stuff. Okay, anyway, so here we are. Here we go. So we've got the face built. It looks pretty cohesive. I like this now. Everything is blended in pretty well. And I think that is going to do it for now. That's going to do it for now for this episode. We are going to pick up a little later. You know, we'll pick up with this a little later, and we'll do a little bit more. And we'll figure out what kind of special stuff we want to do with this piece in its entirety. I don't think we want to focus on shadows and lighting too heavily yet, because we just got the full shape of this face. You know, on screen, I'm realizing this is at such a weird angle. Has it looked ugly to everybody this whole time? Does it still look ugly? It probably still looks ugly. Whatever. Anyway, there we are. So far, we're doing some pretty good things. Person's, you know, running their hand across their face, looking up. We'll figure out what else we want to do to this. It's getting a bit late, and I'm gonna be real with you. It's about time for me to kick in a self-care Sunday. We'll talk about self-care Sunday one day. I think everybody needs to have a self-care Sunday, period. I don't care who you are. But with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this art, and I will see you soon.